The ancient pirate skeleton, discovered in a 308-year-old shipwreck, shocks scientists. Today, science is developing at an astonishing pace, opening up great advances that we could never have imagined in the past. We can do wonders like traveling to space, connecting globally in the blink of an eye, or even creating artificial intelligence. However, technology cannot always solve every problem. There are still mysteries in the world that even scientists struggle to understand. Mummies that have survived for thousands of years in perfect condition, ancient tunnels holding untold stories that no one has uncovered, and ancient weapons with mysterious powers that have yet to be explained. These are all big questions that make archaeologists scratch their heads. So, what are these mysteries? Let's explore them together in today's video. The skeletons of ancient pirates. A fascinating recent discovery at the Whydah Pirate Museum has uncovered a mysterious chapter in maritime history. Specifically, a team of researchers found 6 skeletons of ancient pirates discovered aboard the legendary Whydah ship, which sank off the coast of Cape Cod in 1717. This is a significant discovery that helps illuminate part of the golden age of piracy. Besides the Whydah ship encountering a terrible storm while crossing the Atlantic, scientists are analyzing DNA from these skeletons to identify the individuals who were once associated with the ship. This research could provide us with more information about the legendary pirates who once terrorized the seas. The excavation is led by the famous explorer Barry Clifford, who discovered the Whydah wreck in 1984 and led subsequent research. The Whydah was originally built as a slave trade vessel but was later taken over by pirates. It became a rare historical treasure, as the only 18th-century shipwreck ever confirmed. With advances in forensic technology, Clifford and his team hope to verify the connection between the discovered skeletons and the descendants of these pirates, helping to sketch a clearer picture of the lineage of the sea's rulers. The ship's history is intertwined with the slave trade and piracy. Samuel Bellamy, also known as Black Sam, was the famous pirate who seized the Whydah and turned it into a warship for raiding the seas. However, in 1717, the ship sank in a storm, along with most of the crew. Only 2 out of 146 crew members survived. The skeletons that were found have been excellently preserved for over 300 years, thanks to materials from the ship. Through DNA analysis, the research team hopes to uncover factual information about these pirates, especially whether there is any connection to Samuel Bellamy. Previously, a DNA sample from one of Bellamy's descendants yielded no results, but this excavation may provide a convincing answer. The story of the Whydah and pirates like Bellamy is not just a legend in popular culture, but the truth. Between 1650 and 1730, during the golden age of piracy, figures like Bellamy became a terror on Atlantic trade routes. Thanks to the work of explorers like Clifford, we gain a clearer understanding of the real lives of these pirates and the complexities of their world. The Whydah Pirate Museum in Massachusetts not only preserves valuable artifacts from the Whydah and other ships, but also serves as an important research center for pirate history. It helps visitors gain a deeper understanding of the harsh lives of pirates and sheds light on the differences between legendary tales and reality. If you have the opportunity, be sure to visit and explore. The skeletons of 80 tomb robbers. In 2024, workers in Shenyang, Hubei Province, China, were digging the foundation for a house when they unexpectedly encountered a rock of unusual color and many characters resembling ancient writing. Suspecting that it could be part of an ancient tomb, they quickly notified the local authorities and cultural heritage experts. Upon receiving the information, experts rushed to the scene to investigate. Through their expertise, they confirmed that it was indeed an ancient tomb dating back to the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period, between 907 and 960. Surrounding the tomb were signs of several tomb robbery pits. This led archaeologists to conclude that tomb robbers had visited multiple times to steal valuable burial items. Therefore, they didn't expect to find any valuable artifacts inside this tomb. However, when they excavated the tomb, the experts were shocked to discover 80 skeletons right near the entrance of the tomb. Each skeleton was positioned differently, and beside them were tomb robbing tools. According to experts, the tools found next to the 80 bodies help prove that they were tomb robbers. After entering the ancient tomb, these robbers fell into a terrifying trap, leaving them stuck inside without a way out. A sand trap. If the robbers infiltrated the tomb, they would trigger the sand trap. Sand would continuously pour down and seal the hole they dug to enter. As a result, the robbers would either be buried alive in the sand trap or suffocate due to lack of oxygen. The research team explained that some walls and ceilings of the main burial chamber inside the ancient tomb were not built solidly. Instead, a large amount of sand was placed in these areas. If robbers dared to enter such a tomb, they would struggle to survive. The 80 tomb robbers found inside are the clearest evidence of the deadly effectiveness of ancient anti-theft traps. The 1,600-year-old ghost ship reappears intact as if it sank yesterday. A shipwreck off the coast of Spain, lost for 1,600 years, was recently discovered looking as intact as if it had just sunk yesterday. This is the Ses Fontanelles ship, belonging to the Romans, which was buried by fierce waves about 1,600 years ago while anchored in the Bay of Barcelona, along with its entire cargo. Since then, nothing related to the ship had been found, until surprisingly, in 2019, it was rediscovered near one of Spain's busiest beaches. Its amazing preservation astonished everyone. The ship was carrying hundreds of ancient two-handled amphorae with bulbous bodies and narrow necks used for holding wine, olives, oil, and garum. They were still intact and neatly arranged. Additionally, something puzzling was that the 12-meter-long ship lay only 50 meters from the crowded beach and sank in waters just 2 meters deep, buried shallowly in the sand. Yet, it had remained undiscovered for 16 centuries. Even more incredible, a few intact shoes, a woven piece of fabric, and many other objects were found, as though they had just sunk yesterday. The sand and the unique marine environment of the area had helped preserve the artifacts in an unbelievable state. The ship and its entire cargo are priceless treasures. However, no human remains were found on the ghost ship, suggesting that either the crew members had miraculously made it to shore or had been swept away by the waves. The 18,000 mitraille ancient tomb of a prominent figure. The family of Mr. Tong Yun Lung, 70 years old, has lived for many generations in Dongdun Village, Changzhou City, Jiangsu Province, China. According to his memories since childhood, he has heard his grandfather tell stories about a special mound in the middle of the Bo-Dung Pond near the village. What was particularly remarkable was that during a severe drought in 1934, for 3 whole months, the rivers and lakes everywhere had dried up. But this pond never ran dry, and the mound still proudly stood above the water. Mr. Tung affirmed that in his 70 years of life, he had never seen the pond run out of water. It would always fluctuate between being full and low. The villagers were also very curious about the mound and the mysterious pond, but it wasn't until 1980, when the Northport Brick Factory construction project was approved, that people had the opportunity to drain the pond to uncover the truth beneath it. Initially, they found numerous ancient artifacts dating back to the Three Kingdoms period. Recognizing the historical and archaeological significance of the area, the villagers reported it to the authorities, who then notified a team of archaeological experts to conduct an excavation. Using modern technology to drain the pond, they discovered a block of jade stone with the inscription Jia Kat Tu Du. Tu Du is the courtesy name of a famous historical figure, an exceptional strategist and military advisor from the Three Kingdoms period, the elder brother of Jia Kat Lung, Jia Kat Khan. The tomb at the bottom of the pond was a mound covering an area of approximately 18,000 meters with a height of 4 to 5 meters and was originally 1 meter below the surface of the pond. In addition to a jade tablet engraved with the name Jia Kat Khan, the archaeological team also found burial items such as a jade lock, jade figurines, bronze mirrors, ancient coins, and various ceramic objects. Jia Kat Khan, born in 174 and died in 241, was known by the courtesy name Tu Du. Though he was not as famous as his younger brother, Jia Kat Lung, he held an important position in the Eastern Wu court. The brother-in-law of Sun Quan, Huang Tu, admired his talent after meeting him and recommended him to Sun Quan. As a result, he became a trusted advisor to Sun Quan and had a political career that rivaled that of his brother Jia Kat Lung. Jia Kat Khan was a gentleman, respected by all, and highly regarded by Sun Quan, who frequently consulted him on major matters. In 229, when Sun Quan declared himself emperor, he appointed Jia Kat Khan as Grand General, Left Protector, and Governor of the region of Zhuzhou. Although he was a secondary character in the famous novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms, he held a significant role in history. The Mummy of Pharaoh, Amenhotep Warsh. Approximately 3,000 years after his burial, the mummy of Pharaoh Amenhotep Warsh has recently been discovered by a team of researchers using CT scanning technology, which allowed them to peer through multiple layers and reveal the appearance of this ancient Egyptian king. Amenhotep I died at the age of just 35, standing 169 centimeters tall, with good teeth and a likeness to his father, with a narrow chin, small nose, curly hair, and slightly protruding upper teeth. Beneath the mummy's wrappings, scientists also found 30 amulets and a unique, exquisite gold bracelet adorned with real gold beads. Zahi Hawass, former Minister of Antiquities of Egypt and the author of the study, shared, "The mummy of Amenhotep. I wore a gold bracelet." Ancient Egyptians often wore such jewelry around their waists, with additional amulets. It is known that a research team led by French Egyptologist Gaston Maspero discovered the mummy of Amenhotep I in 1881, along with several other mummies in a tomb on the west bank of Thebes, modern-day Luxor. His mummy was placed in this tomb around 1070 to 945 BCE, after being looted sometime earlier. Using the CT scan method, researchers discovered that the pharaoh's body had been tampered with and damaged by thieves. The scans revealed that the mummy's neck had been broken, the head severed, and there was damage to the abdomen and limbs. Later, priests of Amun during the 21st dynasty attempted to restore the mummy by repositioning the dismembered limbs and using resin to bind them together before wrapping the body in new layers of bandages. However, the cause of Amenhotep I's death remains unknown. Researchers noted, "We couldn't find any wounds or deformities caused by illness that might explain the death of Pharaoh Amenhotep Warsh." Ancient Buddha statues resurface on the Yangtze River. In the past week, many countries around the world have made unexpected archaeological discoveries, as the water levels of rivers and lakes have dropped due to droughts, exposing relics that had been lost for centuries. In China, there was a particularly remarkable find on the Yangtze River, 3 Buddha statues dating back 600 years. Local authorities later confirmed that these statues were built during the Ming and Qing dynasties. One of the statues is described as resembling a monk sitting on a lotus pedestal. Authorities explained that the severe heat wave in the Yangtze River basin, the longest river in China, lasted for more than 2 months, rapidly reducing water levels, disrupting hydroelectric power, and drying up large areas of farmland. Around 820,000 hectares of farmland from Sichuan to Anhui were damaged, affecting 830,000 people and 160,000 livestock, mainly in areas reliant on small reservoirs or mountain springs for irrigation. Prior to this, the prolonged drought across Europe had also uncovered long-submerged treasures. In Spain, archaeologists were thrilled to discover a millennia-old megalithic site, often referred to as the Stonehenge of Spain. In the Czech Republic, a stone with historical significance and ancient hydrological markings reappeared, bearing the inscription, "If you see me, weep." Additionally, some ancient settlements were revealed in several riverbeds across Europe. 600-year-old bronze mirror reflects image of Amitabha Buddha. In the minds of many who have visited the Cincinnati Art Museum, the ancient mirror from China didn't stand out much. However, recently, researchers discovered that it was an astonishing and mysterious artifact. Dr. Sung Ho Mei, the director of East Asian art at the Cincinnati Art Museum, was researching ancient artworks collected by the Ohio Museum since 1961. She then shifted her focus to a mirror dating back about 600 years. The most notable feature of the mirror was the raised Chinese characters on its back, inscribed with the name of the Buddha Amitabha. This artifact had spent decades in storage, placed alongside other ancient items that had not been publicly displayed. Its last exhibition was in 2017. During her research, Dr. Sung asked her team to shine direct light onto the center of the mirror. When the light reflected off the mirror, it revealed an image of Amitabha Buddha surrounded by rays of light. This miraculous Buddha-shaped mirror, also known as a transparent mirror, was first crafted during the Han Dynasty, 202 BCE, 220 CE in China. Due to the difficulty of production, these mirrors are extremely rare. The Shanghai Museum previously housed several mirrors made during the Han Dynasty, but experts have only recorded 2 miraculous Buddha-shaped mirrors. Both of these artifacts originate from Japan. One is currently on display at the Tokyo National Museum, while the other is at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. Experts explain that these magical mirrors are so rare due to the complexity of their manufacturing process. A UNESCO article once described these mirrors as being made from bronze, with designs carved on the back. The reflective surface is convex and polished. Finally, the artisans applied a mercury-based liquid to highlight the images. When the mirror is held at the correct angle to light, the copper reflects the light, revealing secret images such as Amitabha Buddha, as seen in the discovery at the Cincinnati Art Museum, a truly fascinating find. Shipwreck, near $17 billion treasure. The Colombian Navy recently announced the discovery of 2 shipwrecks near the famous Spanish San Jose shipwreck, which sank more than 300 years ago, carrying a treasure estimated to be worth over $17 billion. The San Jose ship was sunk by the British Navy off the coast of Cartagena de Indias, Colombia, in the early 18th century. The ship became famous as it was believed to be, carrying one of the most valuable treasures ever lost at sea, including chests filled with gold, silver, and other valuable artifacts. Colombian President Duque stated that the equipment used by the military had preserved the treasure on the shipwreck intact and may have been used for future excavation activities. The discovery of the San Jose shipwreck has become the focal point of legal disputes. Spain claims that the ship and its treasure are national assets since it was part of the Spanish Navy when it was sunk and is protected under UNESCO conventions. Meanwhile, in 2013, Colombia passed a law stating that shipwrecks found in its waters would be considered national heritage. Colombian officials at that time said they would make efforts to raise the shipwreck and its artifacts to display them in historical museums, but to this day, the situation remains unclear. "600-year-old wedding ring." David Board, a British metal detectorist, discovered a rare diamond-encrusted gold ring dating back 600 years while working in a field in the village of Thorncombe in Dorset County. This unique medieval piece of jewelry, believed to have noble origins, is expected to sell for between $35,000 and $47,000. The 600-year-old ring is thought to be a gift from Sir Thomas Brooke, 1355 to 1418, a wealthy 14th-century landowner, to his wife, Lady Joan. Sir Brooke served as a Member of Parliament for Somerset 13 times between 1386 and 1413. The ring features 2 twisted bands forming pointed ridges and weighs approximately 3 grams. The ring's face is adorned with a pyramid-shaped diamond, and the back is engraved with black lettering in medieval French. Board shared that a farmer friend allowed him to metal detect on the land. He was drawn to this particular field because it was quite flat. Board scanned the field twice before discovering the ring on his 3rd attempt. At first glance, the ring appeared to be a piece of candy wrapper. It is likely that Lady Brooke played lawn bowls on the field at one of her many estates in Dorset for leisure, removing the ring to avoid it getting in the way. Perhaps she was too excited from a win, or was distracted by an important message delivered by a messenger, causing her to forget to put the ring back on her finger. As a result, the ring remained undisturbed on the field for over 600 years until Board rediscovered it. Special alien weapon. Archaeologists have recently discovered a metal arrowhead at the Murrigan archaeological site in Switzerland, made from a meteorite from outer space. Even before humans could smelt iron from natural ores, iron artifacts had already appeared in the archaeological record. These objects truly originated from beyond Earth. Though they weren't made by ancient aliens visiting the blue planet, they were made from iron fragments that fell to Earth as meteorites. Meteoric iron was used by prehistoric people in many parts of the world. Artifacts such as ritual swords, small statues, and jewelry made from meteoritic iron have been found in Turkey, Greece, Syria, Indonesia, China, and North Africa. A collection of iron beads found in a 6,000-year-old tomb predates Egypt's Iron Age by 2,000 years. In Central and Western Europe, only 2 meteoritic artifacts were previously known, one bracelet and one axe from Poland. However, a recent discovery by a team of archaeologists and geologists revealed an arrowhead that may have been made from meteorite material. The research team identified the chemical composition of the material used as an iron-nickel-aluminum alloy, using a combination of electron microscopy, X-rays, and high-energy radiation analysis. The results were then compared to known meteorite samples. The arrowhead was part of a set of other copper arrowheads found more than 100 years ago at the Morrigan Archaeological Site in Switzerland, which is now part of the Bern Historical Museum collection. The Morrigan site, a late Bronze Age settlement previously located near the lakeshore, has attracted particular interest from researchers due to the proximity of a meteorite that had fallen there. The Twanberg meteorite, consisting of 3 pieces, is the largest meteorite ever found in Switzerland. It's possible that a smaller fragment of this meteorite was discovered in prehistoric times and used in the nearby settlement to make arrowheads. However, the chemical properties didn't match. Expanding their search, researchers found that the nickel and germanium concentrations in the Morrigan arrowhead were similar to the Twanberg meteorite in Estonia, a Baltic Sea country in northern Europe. This meteorite fell about 3,500 years ago during the Bronze Age and created several small fragments. The discovery and collection of such small iron fragments is more likely than the discovery of large buried meteorites. The connection between Estonia and Switzerland also demonstrates the existence of a prehistoric European network used to trade goods such as amber as gemstones, flint for tools, and meteoritic iron. Researchers hope to find more artifacts of the same origin in other archaeological collections, which could lead to breakthroughs in their special discoveries in the future. Dear friends, after thousands of years, there are still mysteries that remain unsolved. In your opinion, among the discoveries above, which one impressed you the most? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any other exciting discoveries. Now, goodbye and see you next time.